The United Nations Security Council live. I miss the Americans, the Russians, but apparently Belarus is speaking 5 minutes or less, or 10 minutes. Keep it short, In 5 minutes, you fix the situation. Listen to these guys. Mhm. Yeah, they don't like the megaphone diplomacy. And they are talking about treating the Charter of the United Nations with respect. I think I treat it with a lot of respect. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Give peace a chance. Give peace a chance. Yeah. Mhm. Hug each other. Come on. Sure. Absolutely. That's exactly what Leo the Tyler said. Let's love each other. Peace, love, happiness. Have a beer, listen some music, do some barbecue. Yeah, sure. Why? Wi-Fi. Sure. Same idea. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely. Like in Afghanistan, in Yemen, in Syria, in Africa, mhm, encourage. It's a conflict for 8 years now. Almost 15,000 people died already there in Ukraine, in Donbass. And yeah, you see, I watch the news. So, yeah, Mhm. Yeah, me too. De-escalate, detente, take a step back, tranquilo, relax, have a beer. Different vocabulary, same idea. Good. Mhm. Oh, my video is way more interesting and meaningful, even that I made it without any preparation. Just woke up, sharing the situation. Okay, I have. Yes, I understand that. I have enough of the bullshit and blah blah and blah blah and blah blah and blah blah and blah blah, the same thing that we already know from the news. The simple fact and the simple conclusion. Even a sure Romanian guy with a strong accent, Leo the fucking Tyler. I showed what happened in the Cuban crisis, the Turkey Italian Cuban missile crisis, and the fact that even there, with that kind of standoff, with that unimaginable and inconceivable situation, 13 days of nuclear war undeclared, DEFCON 2, they were able at that particular time to find a path to peace. Today we are not in that situation. Today we have the past to learn from it. If they were able to avoid war in that particular situation without Zoom, without visits and shake hands, without uh, meetings like hello friend, without the red communications lines that they have today, the red telephone, without the bridges, metaphorically speaking, diplomatically and economically that they have it today, in that particular time when the Cuban crisis, the world was even way disconnected and divided. It took the craziness of this world, it took a ping pong kind of diplomacy to put China and America together after I don't know how many years. I don't want to look and calculate how many years they didn't talk. Thanks God for some ping pong diplomacy. And then it was music and wonderful moments. Finally, they realized they are not that different, the Chinese and the Americans, because they play ping pong. That's the craziness of the world. Nobody is crazy at this table. You, the world, is crazy up there. Everything I talked about is history, facts of history. As they were able to make peace then, they should be able to make peace now. And that will be the entire conclusion of the fucking bullshit. Absolutely true. Mhm. You are to be blamed. No, you are to be blamed. Russia is aggressive. No, United States and NATO is aggressive. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, build up after the Second World War. Yes, yes, yes. Hybrid war for sure. Psychological war, electronical war, cyber war, psychic war. Sure. Casus belli. Yes, for sure. This is why what is happening in Ukraine is not something new for me. They did it before in a smaller scale in Moldova with the Transnistrian conflict. Now it's Donbass conflict. Same pattern. And the solution is we have seen those kinds of invasion in Iraq, in Afghanistan recently, by the Russian and by the Americans. Sure. the American the American ambassador here, he thinks he's the king of the fucking country, the Romania. He came to the savages to play Caruso for them, like Fitzcarraldo. That's exactly the attitude. Partner. Hope so. Mhm. Excellent. Let's go to Woodstock. Good. They mention is true. They mention that they are concerned about the Veselu NATO base in Romania. I heard something very meaningful, profoundly meaningful from the Romanian politicians on Romanian TV. That they extended a hand, a peaceful kind of hand, and they invited the Russians to do inspection of the site if the Russian allowed, in counterpart, of course, to do some inspection in their missile cells or something like that. I think it's a very decent, meaningful kind of proposal. President Putin was talking about those reciprocal kind of inspection that they build bridges and trust, bridges of trust. I think we should talk about that. Or you should talk about that. It's not my fucking job to be here on this chair. I don't get paid for that. Blah 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 blah. Let's all be friends. Russia is bad. They are the aggressors. Give peace a chance. Okay. Yeah, I read about that in the morning. Yeah, my point. Unwavering. We wave, we don't wave. It's an unwavering. So is United States of America on regular basis. Mhm. What can we do about it? Leo Tyler played the meaningful situation from the Cold War, sir. I thought you were going to say Russia. Russia knows very well about war and because they experienced it and it was terrible for themselves. Okay, now you're talking. Mhm, mhm. It's exactly what I said. It's common sense. You don't need to do a lot of research. I talked about the trivialization of Holocaust and other kind of massacre in the time of fake news and misinformation. It's very wrong. Okay, okay. Mhm. Again. Mhm. No, it's not. Yes, yes, yes. They also mentioned Georgia being a pet project of the CIA. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. So there is a pattern of disinformation from Russia. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, for sure. And if you keep this peace, for sure, Russia tomorrow, they say, oh, let's de-escalate. For sure. Mhm, mhm. It's exactly what I said. We visiting each other and inspecting each other facility. That's meaningful. Yeah, that's a good question. If they are negotiating in good faith, I don't know. Absolutely. It's bad. I understand. I understand. There is no doubt. Except the American president is spreading it. Donald Trump, not this one. Maybe it is. It's going to be great. Mhm. Lose, lose, not win, win. Mhm. Okay. An empty chair at the dinner table. Yes, sir. Mhm. Mhm. Excellent. Mhm. Give me a beer. Yeah. In France or in Fringe? Mhm. Excellent. Ah, okay. What was the conclusion between the talk, the phone call between Mr. President Emmanuel Macron and Mr. President Putin? What are the conclusions? And precisely, very good. We appreciate. Mhm. Excellent. Even Leo the Tyler support the dialogue. I mean, from France, I expect something more meaningful. Mhm. Mhm. For 8 years, we are expecting a ceasefire, a meaningful and long-term in Donbass. Didn't happen. Mhm. Mhm. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Let's go to Woodstock, man. Freedom, more meaningful than this is boring. Sometimes I feel free at last, free at last. Freedom. Yeah, okay. Mr. Biden said it in various wording and different occasions. NATO said it. Yes, yes, very good. We're all reforms. Oh, I think I'll go and have a beer. Man. Yes, thank you, sir. It's the first time when I hear that. Mhm. This is very important. First, that's an example of cooperation between countries when people are educating each other without spying each other. Eh? So that's how it is. Everybody is keeping a 5 minute speech saying basically the same thing. Let's all be friends. Diplomacy. Mhm, mhm. It's really funny, for sure. At the highest level of the fucking planet, I'm wasting my fucking time with you guys. For half an hour, you didn't mention. I saw the Russian representative on Romanian TV, on CNN. Didn't say anything meaningful, or America is the aggressor, and he didn't like megaphone kind of diplomacy. And we should treat, excuse me, sir, I'm talking with all the respect. We should treat the United Nations Charter with respect. There was no disrespect in my speech. Or if I'm having this coffee, it's disrespect for the fact that I'm not drinking tea. If I have a beer, it's disrespect for not having wine. Everything can be disrespect. In an upside, inverted, perverted, fucked up kind of world. When bad is good. And you don't know good and bad what it is anymore. Confusing values. Even language. Nothing interesting. Literally nothing interesting from the Russian delegation, from the American delegation, from the UK delegation, from France delegation. Nothing meaningful and interesting. Nothing new that I haven't heard 100 fucking times on Romanian TV, on CNN, on China Global Tele, or BBC and Al Jazeera, or Deutsche Welle everywhere. I have my remote control and my TV. I heard these things hundreds and hundreds of times before. What is the meaning of this circus? In the end of this blah 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 blah, you write a paper there, you sign all of you are signing a paper and you go home, have a beer, pat on the back. Oh, we did. What is the meaning of this? When everything that was about to be said, I said it in less than 15 minutes. I looked in the history, I gave the example, the most, none of you talked about the Cuban Missile Crisis and then. That is a meaningful example. You are worse than a construction material salesman. I was. When I was in an exhibition when all the other companies were selling exactly the same kind of material, like I was selling insulation, I was representing Dow Chemicals with a styrofoam, but there is BASF there, BS whatever you call it. There was Austrotherm, the pink one. I was selling the blue one. That was the pink one. There was a green one there in the market and cheap other materials. And I realized there are 20, 30, 40 companies day after day, speech after speech on the stage. They are gonna say the same thing. This is the insulation. You install this. My insulation is better than your insulation, and this and that. I realize I have to make a difference. I'm not going to go there and say, this is my insulation. My insulation is better than yours. These are the technical data. Buy from me. And that was the moment I told them a personal story. I said, I'm not going to repeat. Like, it's the second day of the exhibition. All my colleagues have good materials. Everybody, all of you, they say the same thing. Let's meet together. Let's talk together. It's a threat, 100,000. Give peace a chance. Let diplomacy work. And from time to time, they are the aggressor. They are NATO did this, Russia did this, and we are all gonna be fucked. If the war is gonna happen, we are all gonna be fucked because it's not only about Ukraine or Europe, and it will reverberate around the world. Yeah, I got it. Really, under 5 minutes. It's not that complicated. You don't have to be a genius of geopolitical science. And the solutions are let there be peace. Diplomacy. Yes, good word. Minsk. Yes, excellent. I heard this before. Uh, Russia invaded Georgia. Yes, Russia to Crimea. Yes, I know that. NATO stands strong. I understand that. We are together with the Ukrainians. Absolutely. And the solution is? Oh, fucking. I really don't know what the fuck you're doing there. Let's do a camp of team building. Precisely my point when I talked about ping pong beer diplomacy. Let's bring together at Shaimar there, at Ithaca, the island of peace. Put them all on the same table. Let's play some ping pong beer this time. Build some confidence. Team building with the presidents, and the world will be a better place. For you and for me, Michael Jackson. For the entire human race. I'm fucking. Hmm? That was not against Mr. Representative Ghana. Actually, it wasn't against anybody. It is what the fuck it is. Representative of Ireland, a distinguished lady. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. Precisely. I'm 100% with what Ireland goes to. The Minsk, the Minsk agreement. Mhm. Mhm. When they feel like it, like democracy, when they feel like it, like human rights, when they feel like it, it's about human rights. Why not? Mhm. Mhm. Yes, I was thinking about that. Mhm. Finally, something meaningful. Yes. Mhm. What it is good for, Mhm. as usual. Yes. Finally, some voice of reason, touching on the most tragic consequence of war. It is my understanding that already in Ukraine, almost of three-quarter of a million people that are displaced because of Donbass situation in Ukraine and Crimea. There are already refugees, internal kind of refugees in Ukraine already, and the numbers are shockingly high. I did not hear from the Romanian TV except recently from other media outlets about the situation with the refugees in Ukraine. They already have a difficult situation when 750,000 people, give or take, are already displaced inside. This is a situation that have entire Europe on edge in case of war. Neighboring countries first and foremost, but as we saw before, the wave of refugees from Syria and from other parts end up in Germany and in other shores and camps of European Union. The human cost of your actions have to be factored in. The loss for Russia, the loss for Ukraine, the loss for the rest of the world. It's a lose, lose, lose situation. When supposed to be, through talk and negotiation, a win, win, win kind of solution. To me, I realize that Ukraine entering NATO tomorrow, next week, or next year. Romania tried so hard to enter NATO since 1997. We finally did it in 2004. We know from our history it's not that easy. Apparently, they have an open door policy. Yeah, I'm not gonna. In my previous videos, I elaborated about that situation. 2003, 2004. Today it's an opportunity there for a win-win-win situation when all the parts should feel safe and secure and walk out from the table with something meaningful to show to their home audience because it's a fucking political theater. You have to show something to your home audience. You have to show something to the world audience and not to lose prestige and face. And in the end, be concerned about more than 100 million people in Russia, 45 million people in Ukraine, 700 million people in the European Union, and so on and so on. Okay. Happy New Year, right? Mhm. The root problem. And you believe them? Pe cuvântul tău. Mhm. Vladimir Putin a jurat pe cleovatul de premier. Da. Mhm. But the whole rhetoric is not good. Very good. Absolutely, sir. Mhm. Excuse me, sir. And what you need is quiet diplomacy, yes, not microphone or megaphone kind of diplomacy. And what a sure Romanian guy needs is peace and security and human rights in his own bedroom and in his own apartment. To be safe when I walk my dog on the streets, not a bunch of people breaking up my jaw and attacking me. But of course, you don't know about those kind of things. China is big and far away, eh? Not that big. Actually, it is. It is immensely big, but not that far away. Yes. Mhm. Yes, sir. With all due respect for yourself, for China, for your history and tradition, taking each other in consideration, important security concerns. Respect is a two-way street, no matter how big the country is. Your president, Mr. President Xi Jinping, reiterates many times in his speeches and through his action about respect for the little guy. He's dealing on a footing of mutual respect with obviously smaller countries, helping them to build infrastructure and literally building their nation, which is a good thing. But respect is a two-way street, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Taking in consideration both need for security and mutual respect. Mhm. For sure. Mhm. Heard. Should be city or heard. Mhm. 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 Oh, would you be so fucking kind to cut the fucking bullshit? Yeah, for 8 years in Donbass. What the fuck are you talking about? No proof. No. Of course, no proof. It's true. I'm sure it's true. Hmm. It is you. No, it is you. It is you. It is you. Pace între două bitoace. Două bitocul cel mai mare ești chiar tu. Or tu. That's how we play as kids in the courtyard. for sure. Then we are all idiots, for sure. Everybody there are all idiots. For oh, mhm. Of course, use my mother to come and, as usual, to come and interrupt me. Mm, mhm, mhm, uh-huh. 2000. Mhm, 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 Yeah, and the KGB used dioxin as a mean of achieving democracy and brotherly love there. Mm. They poisoned the leader. Nice, very nice. Uh, I talked about the, yeah, the interest of the Ukrainian people. Nation. Mhm. Okay, it's gonna be long because really you didn't say anything meaningful. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Mhm. 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 No, they send those soldiers to plant some nice bulbs for the next spring, you know? Flowers, spring kind of flowers. Yes, one true. Yeah, I cannot take it anymore. I mean, we are Mr. Russian Federation spokesperson at the Security Council. Do you think we are all idiots? Literally, you do. I understand. I'm the monkey. I'm the clown. But all the other people there and around the world that they are watching on TV, do you think we are all idiots? It is not obvious for everybody with half of a fucking brain that that kind of concentration of troops is a way of bullying, if a way of obvious kind of pressure and threat that is not materialized yet, but it's a possibility right there. The threat of war in order to achieve some strategical, geopolitical, and diplomatic means. So, what the fuck are you talking about? Instead of the blah 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 blah, you should lay down on the table what the fuck Russia wants truly. Because with the bullshit go back on the 97 border, nobody believed that that is possible and it was negotiating in good faith. It's a waste of fucking time. A balloon there for the idiots to talk about and waste the resources, the time. What the fuck Russia truly and really wants. That's what you're supposed to talk and tell to the world from the highest stage of the planet. I had enough of bullshit in my life. Mhm. How about how about the satellite picture with all the how about with all the build up there? How about the video and the picture that the Russians wanted us to see? You broadcast them all over the world. Look, we have so many tanks on the rail cars coming to Ukraine. We have this, we have this. Look, we have the missiles deployed. How about that? No specific family. How about 8 years of war in Donbass, 14,000 dead already? Do you want to read their fucking names until the hell fucking freeze over? No specific proof. 14,000 names of people that already died in 8 years of war with Russia. Is it proof enough? Retarded fucking monkeys. Mhm. Excuse me, sir, there are not 120. Probably there are 110. Is it accurate? Does it make any huge difference? Maybe there are 90,000. Are those pictures that we saw on TV from the satellite? with all the deployment there. There are like Pas-du-Calais fake invasion site from the Second World War when they inflated tanks there and they build up misinformation for Hitler that even after they went and deployed on the beaches of Normandy, Hitler still believed that they are going to go in Pas-du-Calais. I don't think so, sir. I think they are real. What the fuck are you talking about? The amount of bullshit. The amount of bullshit. How about the Americans? I talked about the Americans. See my video. I talked loud and clear, courageous and dignifying about the Americans. Now we are talking about the Russians. Thank you very much. The president of Ukraine is in a very difficult situation. I wouldn't like to be the president of Romania, Ukraine, or anything. He's in the middle of everything. He was in the middle between Biden and Trump fighting in Ukraine for election and dirt on each other. He's in the middle of the East and the West fighting there. And he has 45 million people that they are not united in one voice in that country. Some they have an opinion, some they have another opinion. Some that are influenced by this group, some that are influenced by another group. Why I know that? I never lived 1 hour in Ukraine or travel because it's exactly the way it is in Romania. The bullshit that you see in the Romanian politics on the streets of Romania. I can easily imagine or extrapolate to the situation in Ukraine that I saw the news from 2014, color revolution, and the influence of the big brother from the east and the bullshit of the biggest brothers from the west. On one side he needs that kind of support, and on the other side that kind of war mongering, and even on Romanian TV they titled all their shows like the war is imminent tomorrow. They even titled Romania on the first line. Where the fuck is Romania on the first line? Yet that was Romanian TV. That was a type of hysteria, I agree. In the same time, this kind of attitude is damaging his economy. So you win the war that you damage the country. It's a victory a la Pyrrhus or Pyrrhus or whatever you want to call it. It's a difficult situation. That's why you should take a step back. You should show to the world that Russia is not a country ruled by a dictator that wants to take over Europe. As they portrayed your president, Daragie, Druzia, Vladimir Putin. Now we are discussing proportions, right? Out of 14,000, that proportion were civilians that they were speaking Russian. That proportion was they were Ukrainians that they were speaking Ukrainian. It's a war there that goes for 8 years, and 14,000 people died, human beings. I'm sure there are good people on both sides, literally, without any irony. 14,000 families, they lost their loved ones. Yes, even from your past. You have to sell your weapons, they have to sell their weapons. I talked about it. That's what the fuck they're doing. To build some bridges? No, we can't do that. Okay, now we're gonna count every American soldier deployed abroad since the Second World War, and what's the meaning of that? This is, you discovered yesterday that Americans do have bases all over the world. You didn't know? During the Cold War, you didn't spy each other with satellites and planes and photograph each other, and you didn't know. What's the bullshit of telling me how many American bases are there today? Which, indeed, I can easily check tomorrow morning or over a beer and on Google, and I even have some maps about that or some articles, some official data that there are free for the public to. I'm not talking secret kind of bases and things like that. No, the one that there are well known, absolutely official. What's the point of that? Fucking bullshit, man. Exactly, yeah. I'm so fucking impressed. Your mathematics are fascinating. And the conclusion is okay, the American have 175. So, 1,000. Okay, or something like, okay. So you have only 120 near Ukraine. So you are better. Americans are bad. Are you good? Oh, fucking Bill. 778. Yeah, something. Mhm. No, it's not domestic and it's not one dimension. It's complex. On the contrary, that's the idea. It's not one dimension, it's complex with consequences as implication from far away. I haven't heard one fucking meaningful idea how you can achieve peace. One! A lot of bullshit. I don't know. You're talking for half a fucking hour. Americans are bad. They have this. They have expanding NATO, 5 waves of expansion, this and that. However, we, the Russians, we propose this path for peace. We are not like the bad Americans. We are the good kind of Russians. That's the fucking speech that you're looking for. You missed the fucking opportunity. The usual bullshit. The usual fucking bullshit. They are bad. How about it's not us, it's them. Look at the numbers. Look. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Are you taking my speech about racism in America that I posted in Spotify the bridges? It's exactly what I was trying to say there. Actually, I said it loud and clear. Don't shift the blame for what is there to a sure Romanian guy with a strong accent where English, the words in English really mean the words in English. There is no plantation connotation, racist kind of in my English. I think I have enough. Thank you. Thank you. I think I have enough. Okay, let's one more. I'm going to have a beer. Nice mural. Yeah, like aren't we all? Cheers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I talked about the unity. There is no fucking unity there. Well, that's the problem. Brazil wants to be part of the Security Council. Mhm. If there are 120,000 troops there, we should talk about them. Yes. Mhm. It was room in the Cuban Missile Crisis, so they found room. It was no room there, but they found some. No prohibition. It was right there. Okay. Okay, war is bad. Yes, for some people. COVID is bad, yet in the pandemic, every 26 hours, there is another billionaire. Obviously, for them, it's not that bad. Same with war. There are people that make a lot of money when war arise. There are other people that die there in the trenches. There are people behind that make a lot of money. War profiteers. Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely. Mhm. Good. Let's stop here for the moment, or actually let it roll. Yes. Mhm. I'm looking for a certain paragraph in my novel. Why we don't read more romance anymore? The one with the ping pong beer diplomacy. I'm not sure I have it printed. I think it's still. Oh, right here. Hmm. I understand. Mhm. Peaceful settlement of disputes. Wouldn't be nice. That's good. That's good. Mhm. You do? Funny guys. Mhm. Very important. Sheikhs are not sultans, and sultans are not sheikhs. I got it, okay? I apologize. Two different cultures. Hmm. Makes sense. You know, it's different. Not here. The latest draft of my novel. Mhm, mhm. Okay, okay. Mhm. Yes. Russia, please de-escalate. Russia. Mhm. Final statement, USA. Okay, beautiful. Now, ping pong, ping pong, boom, boom, pew, pew, pew. Okay, okay. Mm, sure. Mm, mm. But the conclusion is, okay, carry out, carry on. I think I have more than enough. It is the first time in my life when I really follow, as I did for almost 2 hours. It is public, it is live on TV. This is what we are paying for. This is what you are paying for. Basically, everybody's on the table and speaks something there. I thought it's much more of a seminar, a brainstorming in my imagination. That they are coming there, like in a huge corporation when they have a problem, they bring the best and the brightest, they put them in a room, and it is the term of brainstorming. In my mind, I thought, oh, at the Security Council, they are going to come together and brainstorm and find some solutions. But obviously, that's the part of diplomacy, the working groups, the people behind of those people that they are speaking. Under no circumstances, I wouldn't imagine that everybody is coming there with a piece of paper or with a laptop now, but in good old time, it was with a piece of paper and read like a fucking robot there. Blah, 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 blah. Peace and diplomacy. La. We condemn with this and that. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Everybody repeating what the previous, more or less, what the previous person was saying or what we saw from almost a month on TV already. But that it is what it is. I don't know what to say about that. It is what it is. Now I know. And yet, even at that level, the amount of bullshit is evident. More interesting, I had a beer with me. Cheers to you, to me, to other peace lover of the world. I will try to find the. Actually, I'm gonna make it in a separate video. The part of my novel, I don't feel it like tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning, in a better mood. The part of my novel when I'm talking, I'm writing. I wrote there about ping pong beer kind of diplomacy, as obviously paraphrasing with respect, paraphrasing again with respect the ping pong diplomacy that open new kind of path of peace cooperation and basic knowledge about China and United States. The ping pong, the famous moment they uh, they had a meaningful anniversary about 50 years. 50 years of ping pong diplomacy since that particular moment that was mentioned in Forrest Gump movie because it was so significant. We do need today another kind of ping pong diplomacy moment, obviously. Those kind of speeches are not going to do anything. Everything that was about to be said, meaningful, I say it in less than 50 minutes myself. Even I was able to find way more meaningful moments in history to readdress, to bring back to memory in order to learn from the past. It is what it is. I don't find myself very intelligent or genius or things. I'm a simple kind of man. Maybe I'm not a smart guy, but for sure I know what love is and I can put two and two together. And the result is always four. That is about logic and meaning and reason. Anyway, for tonight, what shall I say? Shall we listen, give peace a chance? What is it more to be said? I mean, the simple reason why I'm not reading tonight is that it is in Romanian and I have to instant translate in English, which obviously I'm not a translator. My English is a conversational type of English, not even technical or political or absolutely conversational level. And however, I can read and write in English. I can read a complicated kind of text. I mean, almost any kind of literature, almost, and poetry. However, it is an effort for me to translate instantly from Romanian in English. Yet, under no circumstances, definitely, one thing I'm sure, I am not lost in translation here. I know exactly what I wrote there. I know exactly what I would like to say. And I know exactly that what I wrote there and what I'm saying, it is important and meaningful. No matter who other people, myriad of creatures that they are trying to bring you down, like in high hopes. Actually, I wouldn't mind listening some music. It's for my soul, it's not for making money. It's for my soul. I'd like to hear some music. I have enough bullshit there.